You are listening to the All Burgundy and Go Everything Commanders pregame show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. The Washington Commanders are home taking on the high-powered Miami Dolphins. The game starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Wole. I'm joined by my co-host, Ray. The homie Glenn is running a little late, but hopefully we'll have him on. What's going on, Ray? Can you hear me, Ray? I guess Ray cannot hear me. Ray cannot hear me. Okay. All right. Anyway, all right. So anyway. Before we get into the show, let's get into our rundown. Well, first, let me read the particulars real quick. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Gold Everything. Also, tweet us at ABG_everything. Hit us up on IG at ABG_everything. And like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel as well. Here is the rundown. We'll chat with our Fox Sports Radio Commanders reporter, Felix Trammell. Then we'll talk about what to expect from a Ron Rivera coach defense. We'll debate if this is a must-impressive game for quarterback Sam Howell and offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. We'll also talk about the keys for Commanders' victory and provide our predictions. Then finally, we'll select our Commanders fantasy football selection for the day. All right, well, live from FedEx Field, we got our Fox Sports Commanders reporter Felix Trammell on. What's good, Felix?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's good, man? Everything's good. How's the vibe out there, my man?
Man, there's a lot of turquoise and white or orange or whatever they colors are.
I thought there would be a lot of my Dolphins fans out there, to be honest.
It's weird. I actually had a dude heckle me walking in today. Like, he's like, "Oh, you're a reporter, so you need to write, write fair. Tua's going to have 250 yards and 3 touchdowns." I was like, okay.
It's crazy because I heard when I heard Stella, I was like, "Oh, they our Commander fans aren't showing out for this." Like,
no, it's like the weather outside. It's kind of gloom and doom. I don't say gloom and doom, but it's gloom. But I mean, Dolphin fans are out here. I told the man, I was like, when I went to Miami, I didn't see as many Dolphin fans. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. They don't travel well.
Yeah, this is weird, but it's a lot of them coming up from the metro. It was a lot of them. Yeah. I'm like, this is different.
And also, real talk, it's like, we're in the DMV. It's not like it used to be. Like, folks live from everywhere now.
That's true.
What I'm saying? It's like, that's the one thing I've learned. Like, it's wild. Like, just where I work at my regular job. Where people are from, it's like, oh, they're not from here.
Right.
Folks from California, folks from Michigan. I got within my own central office, like a lot of folks aren't from here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a more transient area, but it's like Dolphins ain't a real big traveling fan base. But it's more than sad. But I mean, they're having a good season, so I think people are coming out the woodworks. And if you're in this area from Baltimore, maybe even Philly, this might be your chance to see them. So people are more likely to travel. So
facts. All right, Felix. Real quick, any notable inactives or actives, whatever?
Well, no, I think it's about what we expected. Forbes is still out. Armand's a little suspect because of today. I mean, weather like today,
right? The fullback.
You need that fullback, that kind of running game. But I guess his injury is more serious than they put on. But other than that, the inactives are about what I expected. There was no shocks there.
Is Cole Turner active? Just trying to make sure.
Yes, Cole Turner is active.
Okay, cool,
he is active.
So we obviously there's a lot of talk with what happened with Jack Del Rio being fired, Ron Rivera now taking over as the defensive coordinator. From what you've seen on the field so far, just being there, in the morning, and how does defense look? Do they look upbeat?
I mean, they look the same, but I think this is something we can only see during game time because even going to practice during the week, you can only see individuals. You can't see teams.
True.
So we don't know what's going to be different. And there was a report that came out this morning that Christian Garcia is going to have a big part in calling the game plan or formulating the game plan or help calling the defense or whatever it is. So there's 2 lines of thought to that. Maybe, he's the one that's calling the plays and Rivera kind of helps him Like maybe you should do this, maybe you should do this, or where Coach Rivera is trying to give some people some shine or a chance to showcase themselves as they know what's impending at the end of the season. So I think that'll be interesting to see. This is a hard offense to be your first test, being the Miami Dolphins. Like, you may want to start with like the Giants or somebody because you're coming out here with Tua and Tyreek and Waddle, and that's a different speed. Like, there's a speed level out here. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see, but there's no way of really telling until you get to the game and see.
Hey, Felix, I heard that decision did not come from Ron. Did you hear the same thing? Like, this is not something he wanted. He wanted to have full autonomy over play calling on defense. Is that true?
I've heard rumors both ways.
Okay.
Like I said, it could easily be that, and then it could easily be he's giving someone an opportunity. But I honestly, if him calling plays was going to be the savior of this team, that should have happened 2 months ago.
Fair. So I've been saying that.
This is just kind of manage things. So I think this is just a chance. All right, you may not need to have that full responsibility when your other game management has been lacking. So let's not have your focus on that. So that could have easily came from upstairs, or and said, hey, let somebody else call the plays, and you just kind of help.
Hey, my bad, Wale. Real quick, last question. So I heard rumblings that if Ron was going to make a decision, it should have happened after the Bears game. People were upset with him because he did not make the move then. Is that why he's sort of being punished now and having some responsibilities and decisions taken away from him?
After the Bears game, from what I've heard, just talking to people, there was the same opportunity. Hey, we need to do something because this ain't good. And he went and advocated for his people. He went and advocated for Jack Del Rio. He advocated and said, we can write this thing, blah, blah, blah. And he was given time, as you've seen even Magic's come out and like retweeted somebody's article talk about patience. So they were trying to afford patience because they were like, well, they have slow starts and they pick it up. But there was a time. That's from what I've heard, that he was called in after the Bears game and said, hey, something needs to happen. And he advocated for that. So I think after the Cowboys game, which was absolutely atrocious, you had to do something. Like, you could not continue down the same path. Like, you just can't. So I think that was a big thing. But that's what I've heard. I can't confirm it, but I've heard that. And I think the Bears game was a kind of a line in the sand. Like, if he would have did this at the Bears game, he may have gotten more grace. But he was being a big advocate for his people, which a lot of the people respect. A lot of the people in the team respect, but that don't mean nothing for the fan base. Because the fan base was never happy with Jack Del Rio, ever.
Oh, that's all. Oh, straight fact. So mentioning Christian Garcia, he's coming from Buffalo. Do you think that plays a role? Knowing with Sean McDermott and the Ron Rivera relationship, do you think that plays a role?
Definitely, because it's still a network, still a good old boy system, and you reach out to other coaches and say, hey, I got this young cat on my coaching staff. He's pretty good. It's word of mouth. Just like you give a reference to somebody, they're going to do that. And with Sean McDermott's and Coach Rivera's relationship, you can easily say he has some ability, he has some ideas, some concepts. Give him a shot. And so I think I don't want to say he's kind of doing your person a solid, but he comes with a good recommendation because we all see McDermott's defense. So it's the defense can't be much worse. So you might as well take a shot and get it done. So I think that was a good move on his part, but I think that McDermott connection does make sense just because, hey, this young guy, he's in my system. He knows this and that. Give him a shot. And I think that's a good play on both coaches' part. Because you got to find some young, innovative coaches, because coaching is going away from the old school 60-year-old coach, that proper thing. You need those young guys with this innovation. That's where the league is trending.
So in terms of like looking at a Ron Rivera-led defense, because it's not a Jack Del Rio-led defense anymore, like what were you looking for?
Well, I want to see situations, because I think what frustrated us more than us, the fan base, everybody. So on 3rd and 5, corners are playing 8 yards off the ball, or there's no blitz, or you blitz at a bad time and not a good time, or it's very passive. I'm interested to see how aggressive you are. Because if you've been losing being passive, at least try being aggressive. And if you get beat over your head, you get beat over your head, but at least you did something different. Like, I'm intrigued to see situational play calls. I think that's what I'm looking for. All right, are we doing something different with a blitz? Or is the defensive line moving around? Because 4 spots every play. So that's what I'm looking for personally. Is there some type of innovation? Have we moved to the 21st century as far as play calling and aggression? Because basically we were in a 90s defense. That's what we basically played a 1990s defense. And so everyone knew I mean, if you played John Madden football, not even with the year, I'm talking about the first one, 94. I had it. Emmitt Smith was on the cover.
92.
If you had 8 defenses, we played 5 of them. And those are our base defenses.
They played like that. So, what was that all-out blitz that everybody used to use back in the day? Like vicious.
Yeah,
blitz,
it was all 8 and 3 cover back. The corners are back and 1 deep safety.
Yeah. All-out blitz. It was like a whole rack.
I'm gonna take it even further back to Tecmo Bowl. You ain't had Lawrence Taylor. You ain't had no defense, bro. But
right. Oh, that's nice.
Felix, man, we've joked on this show about if Washington players could enter the transfer portal, who would it be? And everybody said Jonathan Allen. Which player on this defense do you expect will basically get an opportunity to eat playing with now Rivera and not Jack Del Rio?
I think you'll get to see more interior from Payne. I think he's the guy. There's a lot of times you have gap responsibility where you can't, or you're trying to free up the ends, which now that our ends are who they are, you don't need to free them up. You need to get the internal pressure. So I think Payne would be the guy. I think his burst is so underrated. Like he needs to be. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, because there's very few people who are like Aaron Donald, but use him in the Aaron Donald sort of way and move him around and let him shoot a gap. Just be fast, because he's a fast human being, and he's not always allowed to play fast. So I think he has the most chance. Second would be Jamin, because if you use Jamin and the way Thomas Davis and Kuechly was used in Carolina, that's more downhill blitzing. And I think that's Jamin's best game, is being an attacking downhill blitzing linebacker than anything dropping back. That's not him.
Yeah, I like the Jamin one. That's the one I think. I think Jamin would be the one that kind of flourishes the most, because we all talk about utilizing that speed and seeing him blitzing more. I just think that in that situation, it works out. So
use him like Bobby Wagner. That's what Bobby Wagner does. He plays that middle, and then on third down, he's coming after the quarterback. He ain't going back. He's going after the quarterback.
Yeah, stop using them on wheel routes. The running backs be getting them. They be getting them. I can't hold you. They be getting Jamin. So Felix, most fans have Washington getting blown out by this team, by this Dolphins squad. You know, you mentioned the players that this Dolphin squad had earlier, and they're explosive. We seen them. We saw what they did to Denver. We don't need to explain that. They treated Denver like a second-class citizen. So finishing this statement, Washington competes. Forget wins, because I think, you know, a lot of folks don't have them winning. So Washington competes if finish that statement.
They don't turn the ball over. Miami Dolphins do force turnovers. They're opportunistic defense. If they don't turn the ball over, they'll compete. They can score some points, but they won't be able to score enough. I think if they don't turn the ball over, and they'll be okay. They'll be okay. It'll be a competitive game. Because remember, it's still the league. It can happen.
And do you think the weather's going to play a part in that high-powered offense? Because, you know, obviously, I think this, you know, Tua throwing in this type of mist, is it ideal?
It's not. And then it's going to be foggy all over the stadium. So them high, deep balls you're not going to see as well. So that kind of helps. If we had a power rushing team, you just stall the ball out, take the air out of the ball, and let them stand on the sideline. But it's going to affect them to a certain degree. But also, our defense isn't the fastest, so you could easily double move them. If they in one slip, they out the back door. So you got to be sound on the back end. And I would prefer if they played a 2-deep safety and keep them in front and see if Tua can be patient enough to hit those shorts. Maybe you get a tip. You know, he's only 5'9". You know, get an interception somewhere here and there, and do it like that. But I don't want to see no single high safety. I don't want to see no all outs, because one-on-one outside with our corners is doomsday.
Yeah, I wish Forbes was playing today. I kind of want to see the Rook play more.
I think this would have been a good game for Forbes because the Dolphins receivers aren't physical; they're fast. They're fast. So him being able to run will be fine. There's nobody that's going to come up there and bully him. They're just going to try to run by him and shake him. So I think this would have been a good game for him. I do not see this as a good game for St. Juice. He is not a speed guy, and there's a lot of speed on that other side.
Sure is. Real quick, I want you to answer. Do you agree with George? He says they need to play bump and run zone defense. Do you agree?
I definitely agree. Get them off their timing, and then stay back. Stay back. Get them off their timing. So if Tua has to reset, you get in his way. George is spot on with that. You gotta engage them, push them around, and then back up.
All right, Gio has a comment too as well. This for you, Felix. So you agree with this? We need to run toss dump packages that can audible to options, short passes for big games, which involves proper blocking.
I definitely agree. We're not as much as the enemy wants to be a downhill power joint. Our best runs come to the outside, and they use the athleticism of like Cosme, who's supremely athletic. Those short screens, that's a good job. I agree with.
I see how you missed the Texas, dude. That's all you did there. That's all you did there. Go ahead.
That's the whole. Don't bring up Texas right now. That's a whole nother discussion, bro.
Hey.
Did it come out? For Texas. Did it come out already?
No, I thought so. They beat Bama though, right? They did.
Did it beat Bama? That's just wild. Yeah. Like at first I thought I was like Bama should get. Then I forgot that Texas beat Bama. Like the fair thing Texas should be in. I was like, the fair thing Texas should be in. That's the fair thing.
If you ain't won Bama in, they got to put Texas first, and that's where they're stuck.
That's where they're stuck.
They really don't want Florida State.
They don't, but they have to. They have to. They don't, but they have to. They want Georgia in it. They can't do it though. They want Georgia in, but they can't do it.
They can't, but they at least want to put Bama in, but they're stuck between Florida State and Bama because nobody would get mad that it's Bama except the ACC.
Yep.
Except Florida State fans. They're the only ones who get mad because you saw Florida State last night. That's not a top 14.
Good. I know, but they have to. They have to, just like they have to though. It's enforced. They have to put them in though.
Yeah,
because they're going to get a lot of flack if they don't. Because they won their conference outright. Won the conference.
You're undefeated. You're undefeated Power 5 champion.
Yeah, it is what it is. Got to be in.
And Michigan to get a cheap buy.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Hey, Felix, thanks. Hey, Felix, thanks for being on, my man. Hey, man, appreciate you, Hobie.
All right, man. Talk to y'all later, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Hey, shout out to my guy Gio too, checking in, bro. Yeah. And we got folks checking in from church. Hey, listen, we appreciate you rocking with us pregame, bro. Because pregame typically is a little slow. Postgame is typically lit. But today, people are want to vent their frustration. Also, people still want to see this team perform in spite of the current circumstances and the state of this franchise.
I wouldn't say vent their frustration because that happens later. Right now, they're just chilling. Folks be chilling right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, ain't really frustration. It's just like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. When at five. I don't know what's going on right at 5.
My bad.
You good at 4:30? That's when you venting. I'm talking about we talking about counseling. You know what I'm saying? It's wild. This thing it's crazy.
Well, when Del Rio got fired, that's when I really saw the counseling sessions take place because everybody's like, first of all, it was far too late. It should have happened after the Bears game.
Dog, 1,400 viewers, dog. On YouTube, all that type crap.
Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff, bro.
It is crazy. So, Ram asked you, do you, knowing the change with Rivera, would he being a DC in San Diego, he was their defensive coordinator. Do you have faith that Del Rio will have this defense playing better, they'll have more faith in Del Rio being a DC compared to what we saw with Jack Del Rio?
You just said Del Rio.
Sorry. My bad. Rivera, I said Rivera. No, Rivera DC. Yeah, I'm sorry. Rivera's the DC. Do you have more faith in Rivera being a DC compared to what we saw with Jack Del Rio?
I'm concerned because it's not a lot of preparation time when you make a move. I understand that you make the move right after Thanksgiving, so that gives you extra 2 days to kind of get your defense up to speed. You can also create more blitz packages over that course of time because that was the biggest complaint is that this defense doesn't blitz enough. But I don't think it's going to be a difference, bro, unfortunately, because mid-season moves oftentimes either it's going to energize your group or it's going to be a move that is going to make people question, what's my status here? It can be deflating. And I think for this group, knowing that you don't have opportunity to make the playoffs at this stage, you have no division wins. I think the morale is so bad. As Felix said, there's no difference in how the team looks right now, just their demeanor. I don't think it's going to make a big difference. However, I'll kind of share my thoughts later about how you can still slow this Miami Dolphins offensive attack in spite of what's been happening lately internally with this franchise. So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a big difference. But at the same time, when they play the better teams in the league, they always seem to play pretty good, except for that Dallas game, unfortunately.
Right now, we have it on X, a poll on X, and it says 60-40. 60 said no. 40 said yes, so they're in agreement with you. I think it does make. I think it make a difference. I've been saying how bad Joe Del Rio has been as a coordinator. I think that the level of ineptism, and that's not even a word, just put it out there, ineptism.
Ineptitude.
I say I like ism. I like isms better. I know tutu's better. I just wanted to make up a word, right? Let me make up my word.
You got it.
So I just think that because he was so bad, and like Felix talked about, blitzing at the wrong time, not blitzing, being passive. If anything, I'm a fan of being aggressive. So if anything, Rivera, what you've seen in San Diego, we're going off his resume in San Diego. He blitzed a lot in San Diego. Like, he blitzed a lot. He's one of the higher rated blitzers as a DC in San Diego. So if anything, they're going to be more aggressive. So I just feel like that, like, instead of being more passive, you'll see a difference in that element. You won't be seeing. I don't think you'll be seeing them being too passive to a point where we're like, come on, go after the quarterback, get him. I think you'll see Rivera being more aggressive in terms of that. So in that, I'm not saying, I mean, like, in the end all be all, you're going to win a football game or you'll be able to match up with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are just that trill, you know what I mean, as an offense with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, and Tua. But I do think that you'll see more energy from that defense because they're going to be hunting more than playing passive. So I do think that the overall product on defense, it's hard. Like Felix said, playing against this team is going to be tough because you're playing against the Dolphins. Like, it's going to be harder to see if it's a true change. But I do think that compared to being blown out by getting 50, this may be a 30.
But like Christian Garcia, where does that come into play?
He comes from. I'm saying he come from like one. I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna be mad. He came from Sean McDermott. I'll give you that much. Where he's coming from. It ain't like you getting a Jack boy. Like, look where Jack's dude came from. Like the dude that he had as a DB coach. Like, at least, I mean, if we're looking at, I'm not keen on Christian Garcia calling. Like, I hope he's not calling plays for real. Like, that's just a report from Adam Schefter. So we have to see it play out. But in terms of they're working together, I like the I'll put it this way. I like the combination of a dude with McDermott, Sean McDermott, and Ron Rivera.
Is like, this worse than Manusky's
I like that
defense?
Combination.
Is this worse than Greg Manusky's defense?
With Del Rio?
Yeah.
From what I saw? Hell yeah.
Wow,
by far.
I've seen a lot.
By far. Yeah,
I think Manusky was the low point around here. But
no,
anyway.
bro, you're not giving it. Manusky wasn't giving a deep play every game.
Okay.
Like three deep every game.
Respect. I respect that. I respect that totally.
And you're not getting.
But he didn't blitz either, though.
Is that but the Bears scoring like that? Come on, bro. Like the Bears scoring on Monday night. You think Manusky doing that?
Keith Elliott said that's perfect.
Said,
perfect segue, bro.
Commander offense should get off today, but offense defense suspect. But 30-piece nugget on Eagles twice. And I don't think their defense is better than the Eagles. Yeah, they're not, but they got but Jalen Ramsey's back. So let's put that in play. I don't think he played against Jalen Ramsey. Didn't play against the Eagles, right?
I thought he did, but I could be wrong.
I don't think he played against the Eagles. I could be wrong. Jalen Ramsey, I could be wrong though.
But regardless, what you can do on offense is a perfect time because we were going to talk about Sam how him and Eric Bieniemy have put up some numbers, but of course there's a certain faction of the fan base that still thinks EB should not be here. He's overrated. It's a far improvement from last year. There's actually hope that you can put up 30-piece nuggets. So is today's game a must? I guess a must for them to be impressive for Howell in the offense.
I do think so. I think it's a must. I mean, I think it's a must in this element of public opinion. I do think it kind of plays a part. I don't like that it does, but I think it does play a part. to a point where for me personally, I want him to shut people up. I'm just sick of hearing like doubts on certain elements of EB and Sam Howell. Like I'm sick of it. So I just feel like if he both of them put up a good outing against those two against the Dolphins, everyone's going to shut up. Like they're going to shut up. There's nothing you can say.
Maybe because
they've had
some explosive games, big plays.
I know.
And the thing is, to start the season, many people said, okay, EB, this is his first year. He's got a young quarterback. It's going to be some growing pains. But then
first year with a young quarterback,
when you produce, huh?
Yeah. First year with a young quarterback, right?
Right. When you produce, when you produce, though, I think that raised expectations. And then now you see more criticism. I don't like the players bristling at him. I hate the anonymous crap too. I think that's some bull crap. But at the end of the day, if you compare the numbers, if you look at big plays down the field, if you look at plays plus 20 yards, like I said, I think it's night and day, and people need to just relax because that's been the bright spot this season. If the defense would have performed just half of what we thought they could, then this team would be a playoff team right now. So I don't understand the criticism, but you got to find something to criticize.
Facts.
That's just what it is, and people probably didn't like EB from Jump Street.
I think so too. And you know what's so wild to me though? Like the same people. That's why, and I know it's gonna sound funny, right? But it is. But I feel like this is where our fan base is at. I feel like if Sean Taylor was in this era of football, like if he was living at this time and he was playing football, I think people would find something negative about Sean Taylor. They would say he's not disciplined. I think folks would literally say he's not disciplined. I think that would be a BS narrative. If somebody got beat, if somebody was open, he was trying, headhunt. Because Sean Taylor at times used to go try to take chances on plays, if you remember. But no, everybody understood how great Sean Taylor was. So we was like, Sean, go for it. But if he would miss on certain plays, I feel like certain fans would be negative on Sean Taylor.
Listen, it's the climate we live in. I totally agree. I'm looking at Minnesota. Josh Dobbs comes in, wins a couple games. People were just all over this situation out there where he didn't know the names of his teammates and all. As soon as he has a couple questionable outings, you see why he's a journeyman. Like, people flip on you all the time. That's just the nature of how fans are. But yeah, there you go, Gio, man. Appreciate you, bro. Look, the offensive line has not been great, and Sam Howell has still been able to some way put up numbers. I know that also comes by the coaching, getting the ball out quick, running the football effectively. Glenn, run the football, absolutely. I think that also speaks to how good Sam and EB have, because they've been able to put up numbers. They've been able to keep this team competitive in spite of the challenges up front. Now, going to Glenn's point right here, ball control. People don't like EB because they hold him accountable. And he knows what a winning culture looks like. I agree. Keys to victory. A lot of people are going to be looking at the offensive side. What are your keys to victory, Wale? I'm going to go more so on the Philly side of this, because this is a division. This is a division rival in Philly that played the same Dolphins team and held them to 17 points. One was a defensive touchdown that you remember. Go ahead.
I want to read this real quick.
Go ahead.
Like, the climate is set with whatever we put on the field. People only respond to results that are lacking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess again, you got to pick something, because this team is underperformed. But remember the Philly game, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Eagles, they made the Dolphins one-dimensional. The Dolphins ran for what? Not even 50 yards. They only rushed the ball, I think, 12 times, and Philly kept them off the field. I think that's what you're going to have to do. Philly's basically held their offense to 10 points because they were one-dimensional, and they blitzed. They sacked 2 or 4 times that game, and they pressured them a bunch. That's what Washington's going to have to do. They're going to have to pressure them, and they're going to have to run the football effectively, keep them off the field, and make them one-dimensional. But it is a lot of speed, and right now it doesn't look like this team could cover a speed team like the Dolphins. And then, Jalen Waddle runs. His routes are amazing. You can't just pay attention to one guy.
It's all about Tyreek. I mean, I'm sorry. I like Jalen. I love Jalen.
So make a one-dimensional.
It's all about Tyreek, man. It's all about. I mean, real talk. If people, folks, Tyreek's a cheat code. I don't even think it matters. Like, you can put any type of coverage out there, and even against the Eagles, he found a way to get. He found a way to get open. That dude just gets open. I'm sorry. Like, Tyreek can get open.
Yeah, he gets behind.
He gets open, bro. Because even put safety.
Whatever.
It don't matter. Like, your safety got to be deep. It don't really matter. He's he's elite speed, man. He's just at a different level. My keys, back to like my keys. I would definitely play a ball control style offense, regardless of what that is, run the football. But if you got to run the football, you got to be effective running the football. I know people say run the football, but you got to be, let me put it this way, effectively run the football. Like it's not just run the football. If you're getting 2 yards a carry or 3 yards a carry, like, and that's it, like that's not effective. Like, because again, this Dolphins team is still going to outscore you. All right, I got 2 yards to carry, I got 3 yards to carry. Third down, punt. Third down, incompletion or whatever. Like, get yourself in the third and manageable, like third and short, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Then we're talking. But if you're getting 3 yards, then 3 yard loss and run the football, then what are we doing here? You're running the football, but you're not doing nothing. Do something with it. So my thing is run the football and use the passing game as a run option. You know what I'm saying? Like, short screens. You know what I'm saying? Like short screens, short, 3 yard passes, 4 yard passes. Use your pass game as a run game if need be. You know what I mean? If Brian Robinson is run the football, then yeah, continue to run Brian Robinson, which I will give Eric credit. We got to give Eric Bieniemy credit. He has, over the last couple games, like he has run the football a little bit more. I know a lot of people want to run it a lot more, but again, you still got to be effective running it. That's the whole thing. You got to be effective running the football. You're effective running the football, now you have an opportunity to kill clock. You know what I'm saying? And that is important. But you got to be effective. Like, forget everybody keeps saying run the football. I like to use the term effectively running the football.
Yeah, the offensive line is the issue because you can't create an identity with this offensive line. You really can't, because you have to tell your game plan now to making sure that you keep your quarterback upright, and it's going to be difficult to run the football if you can't block. But I think Felix alluded to it, because you do have Sam Cosmi, who is arguably your best offensive lineman.
Yes. No argument.
Okay, so if you can run the ball behind him, if you can get B-Rob downhill, get him outside, some zone reads, I think you can definitely create some momentum going down the field and create some third and manageables. Because that's another thing Philly did well too, is they executed on third down when they played the Dolphins, and then conversely the Dolphins weren't able to execute on third down.
Yeah, like George said,
quick screens though, I love it. But I watched Justin Fields. He did a quick game against the Vikings last Monday night. And by the fourth quarter, it wasn't working no more because the Vikings adjusted. So if the Dolphins, Vikings are tough. Yeah. The Dolphins ain't no slouch either, man. Don't sleep on them. But I think
no. I told them they're more aggressive. No, it's their style. Like it's Flores. Flores plays a different style. Flores is a different defense. DC.
Yeah, I agree. To the end of that game where he went zone. DJ Moore.
I know exactly.
Anyway, back to the Commanders though. Yeah. I like running the football, Wole. I'm sorry, man. I know what you're saying, but if you get 3 yards a pop, man, that's 3rd and 3. So hey,
that ain't going. Look, bro, you playing the Dolphins. You ain't playing the Bears. It works when you're playing the Bears. I agree with you. When you're playing it, no, this is the thing. Like you just told me you don't think it's gonna be better on the. Like that's what I'm saying. Like y'all can't have it both ways. I'm gonna keep the buck. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't say like this defense ain't gonna be that much better, and then all of a sudden, if you're getting like 3 yards. And then they punt the ball eventually. Then you get through and get you an explosive play. That don't work. I don't get how y'all do that. Y'all can't have it both ways.
Like, okay, so here's the thing. Let's just say they run. Let's say they average 3 yards a carry, right? First and second down. That's 6 yards, correct? That gives you 3rd and 4. That opens up the playbook a bit.
But look. You know what averaging 3 yard carry really is, though? Real talk. You know what it is? It's not just getting 3 yards on every play. No, it's 3 yards.
True.
Lose a yard, get another big explosive play. When you average 3 yard carry, that's not a good game. Like, don't get it twisted. That means you're getting hit back. You're losing yards because you're not going to always get 3 yards every run.
Well, let's see what the defense does. That's the big question mark. It's the mystery. We don't know.
Yeah, like George. Like
you have to see how the game.
George feels me. Look, they can score on any down. Like that's what I'm talking about. They can score on any down. We're talking about hold the ball. Like I'm with holding the ball, but again, effectively running the football.
See, and that's been a problem. This has been a problem all year, George. Is this fan base. And the people covering the team, including us, we're always looking at the opponent. It speaks a lot to what this team is not capable of right now. When you're always looking at the opponent, we were scared of Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor, like we said early on. It's always what is the opponent going to do? Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna read this one. My Keith Elliott said, they just need to keep eyes on Cheetah, double him, let one of the others beat you if they can, and pressure Tua. He doesn't do well under pressure. He does not do.
That was the Dolphins game. I mean,
he'll give it away. I seen it ask the Jets because he feared another headbanger.
So
that's
what the Eagles did to him. They pressured him, sacked him 4 times.
No, I do. I love Tua. You know I'm a Tua dude. He does like if you bring pressure, Tua will try to like he'll throw it up. But what I will say to that, like the double with Tyreek Hill, everybody doubles Tyreek. That's the thing. Like he just beats doubles. I feel you. Like Keith, real talk. I'm with that. Double got to double Tyreek, but he still gets past the safety. That's one. It's on his speed is real. Like he gets past the safety. I'm with you. Don't get it twisted. I want you to know I agree with you. But chances are he will beat the safety too.
Another thing is you got to
no knock. Tackle him. And I will say this: no knock on. I'll add this real quick. Percy Butler. Percy Butler. Yeah, Percy Butler.
Yeah, you got
it. He can beat on deep plays with regular folk. With Tyreek, what you think gonna happen? He the safety double.
It's yards at the catch too, bro. They got to tackle.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm with you. And just that Tyreek against our safeties is scary enough. I don't know how back you gotta play him. You gotta play him ultra back.
Looks like they just announced the college football playoff. Sorry, bro. Yeah, it looks like Florida State is not in it.
They're not in it?
It looks like Bama is. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, they can't do that.
That's what it looks like, bro.
Oh, I got it. No. It's Alabama is in it. Bama beat up.
Florida State
Michigan versus Bama. They didn't make it. Wow. Well, sorry for you. They gotta play Bama. Shoot.
That's why they get ready to expand, bro. See, Bama, did you see the Auburn play, though? I'm not bad. We getting off topic because Auburn could have kept Bama from this whole thing.
I know.
Anyway, what's your prediction, bro, for this Washington game?
Texas and losing. How we ain't playing Texas then? That's messed up. We should be playing Texas. I guess because they beat them. I am going to go with I'm going Miami. What am I asking? I'm acting like I'm going Miami. Miami. I'm gonna get 24-27 Miami.
Okay, so you think it's gonna be close?
What's the weather?
I agree. It could be a 3-point game.
What's the weather?
I'll go a little bit lower, 20-17. What's that FedEx Field grass gonna look like? That's gonna be interesting. I'll say 2017 Miami. I don't think Washington wins. And if it were to go left, I wouldn't be shocked there either, unfortunately. But you got turkey eating on you, and during the game, bro, I think they're gonna come out a little more angry.
I think our defense is going to show something different from what they
not just sending the front four and
a film
cross your fingers.
Is going to hinder them a little. This is Ron's not. I agree. I do think it's going to be better. I do think it's going to be because Jack is that bad. Like I don't think people understand how bad Jack was, but. You're gonna learn today. Like you're gonna learn today. Like, I think people really don't understand how bad Jack was.
Hold on, Gio. Who you got winning, Gio? You said a close game and a slight win. Who? Are the Commanders winning this game?
Gio, who you got winning? No, he's not having us win. Oh, Trap man. Oh, Glenn. See, Glenn always the thing about Glenn is a homer. Let's keep this a buck. Like Glenn is a homer. Like we know this.
Glenn has kind of grown out the Homer Simpson phase this season, though.
Every once in a while, he'll mention playoffs. Every once in a while, like he didn't do it last year.
He got stopped.
No, he did it last year because Glenn was kind of like with it. You know what I'm saying? He was with it. I was proud of him. But Glenn been a homer though. He a homer. You know what I mean? Listen, the Commanders have enough talent to beat anybody in the league and compete against anybody in the league. We've seen that. So I'm not a homer. I'm not a fan. Thank goodness. They lost Chase and Montez. They don't got that much talent enough.
All right, but I think at home, Dolphins coming in, and you get turnovers, no penalties. You keep the penalties to a minimum. Oh, Commanders 24-17. Okay, yeah. I mean, listen, if they do win, no, I wouldn't be shocked. I'm gonna say that much, but I wouldn't pick them. I wouldn't put my money on it. Would you put money on it, Keith? Would you go right now? Would you put that money down?
Nobody going on MGM and put money on this. If you're a fan.
Bro, but hey, we gonna see. Now, what you're guaranteeing is you putting that out there. It's gonna be a better defensive game. I'm telling you, you gonna see. That's gonna be fun. Yeah,
man, it's gonna be better than what Jack did. I'm sure
that's not hard though. So
exactly. So I don't know why you arguing with me. I don't know why you arguing with me.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying.
I don't know why you acting like what I'm saying is
you gonna find out.
I don't know why. You acted like what I'm saying is like some boisterous thing. I'm saying,
man. I can't, man.
Huh?
You got a Commander shirt on too, man.
Because it's called a show. That's why you got to do it for the people. Come on, Rank.
Black Tea boy.
Do I got dog? It's called promotion. You do it for your show.
I ain't got the hat on too, man.
Look, I'm wearing the old school because you got to win games, but like you got to be. This is when they were winners. I like winners.
Yeah. Have you seen the Barry documentary yet?
No, I'm about to watch it.
Okay, because he called Washington the class of the league at the time, bro. It's been a long way since then, my guy. Long time.
Yeah, long. My man, see George.
Everybody picking the
y'all got more faith than me, and I consider myself a diehard.
27-20 Commanders. I like that you call them skins. All skins, everything, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
Let's do it, bro.
Yeah, I like.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this pregame. If they win, next week's pregame gonna be lit. I'm telling y'all, man. Because then Glenn gonna think that you could possibly sneak into the playoffs.
No lie. Oh, Ray, who your fantasy football player for the day for the Commanders? Who would that be?
I'm taking Sam Howell, bro. Sam Howell is somebody I've never picked, but he always goes ham when he has a big game. He throws over 300 yards. He's capable, man. I like Sam Howell. That's my guy.
I'm gonna go with Brown. I'm gonna go Brown Robinson Jr. 3 yards to carry every and a touchdown. Hey, my man Keith said Dotson.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's a good one.
George has Samuels.
Curtis Samuel, man, when he becomes to play,
he's been playing good. No,
he is a difference. I thought on Thanksgiving he was gonna get busy.
He did. He got 100. He got 100 yards against Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know, but it didn't matter. That's the problem.
He got busy. No. You said you thought he was gonna get busy. He got busy.
He got busy. He got busy early.
He got busy. Period. He got 100 yards. The receiver got 100 yards. He got busy. The win and losses don't. Look, the wins and losses don't matter, bro. Like
I'm just glad to be here, man. These Commanders guys kicked me out last time because I came.
I know, bro. Because you were active. Because you came on the show to laugh. Dude, you're a professional. You don't come to the show to laugh.
After that whole Giants loss against DeVito, that was hilarious. I'm sorry.
No, the show was hilarious. But you can't say I'm not going to come on. I'm not getting over that one. I was like, come on, bro. We out here. Trying to...
Glenn said Jahan Dotson too. All right, Jahan Dotson it is.
I know.
Hey,
everybody.
If you want to make a last minute change, you will overthink your fantasy lineup right now. Go
Jahan Dotson is the play.
Hey, if you know anything about fantasy football, bro, and you put people at the last minute and they don't ball, it's like, why did I do this?
Oh my God! Ray, I'm in this money league and I did that last. What's my man? Calvin Ridley. He was blowing me like this man hadn't been playing good at all. And all of a sudden he had a vicious game. I don't understand Calvin Ridley.
Hey, Calvin really knows something about gambling. Anyway, hey, listen, we done, bro. That's my guy too. That's my guy.
Yeah, I love Calvin Ridley, but that's oh my God, don't get me started. All right. Like we're about to close the show, but don't forget to tune into our post-game show directly after the game. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and X Live. So make sure you jump on that show. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. Also tweet us at ABG_everything and hit us up on IG at ABG_everything and like our All Burgundy and Gold Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel as well. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Hopefully the Commanders have, I'm gonna say win. Hopefully there's a win. We'll see what happens with that.
If I'm not on the show, y'all know why.
Yeah. If he's not on, Ray promised to be on the show already. So that means he's on the show. When Ray starts to say, "Nah, I'm good," then I'm like, "Nah, he ain't on the show." I'll take him from his word. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy. We start being Mo. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia.
Mo about to be Jack Del Rio on this thing. He about to get relieved of his duties.
You dig, dude? Hey, yo, we out. I can't stand this dude, bro.